When it comes to artificial intelligence, it really feels like we're telling two completely different stories at the exact same time. On one hand, you have this incredible new age of productivity and convenience, and on the other, it's the final chapter for humanity. So which one is it? Let's try and figure that out.
And look, this isn't some abstract question just for scientists or CEOs. This is a question for all of us. Because honestly, the answer is going to shape the world we live in, the jobs we do, and really the future we leave behind.
So, we're going to step into two very different worlds in this explainer. First, we're going to look at it from the perspective of AI safety researchers, the people who are seeing the big picture and, frankly, a potential apocalypse. Then, we're going to drop right down into the corporate trenches where business leaders are rolling up their sleeves and putting AI to work today.
All right, let's start with that big picture warning. This perspective, it's not about next quarter's profits or hitting some new efficiency target. No, this is about the ultimate and maybe final impact of what we're building.
This quote is, well, it's pretty chillin'. It's from an expert who dedicated his entire career to making AI safe. And after 15 years of trying to solve this problem, his conclusion is that he doesn't think it can be done. He basically believes we are building something that we fundamentally cannot control.
At the very heart of this fear is this idea of superintelligence. Just try to imagine a system that's not just better than you at chess or something, but better than all of us at everything. It can write a symphony, discover a new law of physics, and create a flawless business strategy. And here's the kicker. It can keep making itself smarter and smarter and smarter at a speed we can't even begin to comprehend.
And don't think this is some far-off science fiction future. Dr. Yampolskiy's timeline is shockingly close. He predicts that AGI, that's AI that can think and learn just like a human, could be here by 2027, just a few years from now. By 2030, robots could be doing most physical work. And by 2045, we could hit the singularity, which is basically the point of no return.
So what does this actually mean in the real world? Well, Dr. Yampolskiy predicts an unemployment rate of 99%. And we're not just talking about factory jobs here. We're talking about automating everything, all the cognitive work, coding, writing, and all the physical work, driving, plumbing. That combination just doesn't leave much room for human labor.
And this gets to the absolute core of the existential argument. See, in the past, when some new tech came along and wiped out an industry, people could retrain for new jobs that were created. But superintelligence is different. It's not just a tool, it's a creator. It's a meta-invention. Any new job we can dream up, it could do better. So in this view, there's no plan B. There's just no next chapter for human work.
Okay, let's take a breath, pull back from the edge of the apocalypse, and land back on solid ground. Because while some people are contemplating the end of humanity, others are busy putting AI to work right here and right now. I just love how direct this is. Start with what sucks. While some are debating the singularity, business leaders are asking a much simpler question. What's clunky? What's tedious? What's broken in our company right now? Their approach isn't about these grand abstract goals, it's about applying AI to solve immediate, tangible problems.
And this isn't some chaotic gold rush. There's a real method to the madness. The smart companies, they're not just buying AI because it's the hot new thing. They're starting with a problem, a real pain point. Then they're making sure they have the right data, deciding on the right level of human oversight, and putting the right safety guardrails in place. It's a really disciplined approach that's all about creating actual value.
This is such a fantastic way to think about how AI is actually being used in the real world. You have these for me tasks, the repetitive, data-heavy stuff. You can just delegate that to an AI and let it run. But then you have the with me tasks. This is the more complex, creative, or strategic work, where the AI becomes your collaborator. It's your brainstorming partner, your assistant. The human is still very, very much in the loop.
So, remember that 99% unemployment prediction? Well, this is the business world's answer to that. The argument here is that no matter how smart AI gets, it's just never going to be able to replicate these uniquely human skills. I mean, can an AI really rally a team that's lost all its motivation? Can it mediate a heated emotional argument between two colleagues? The bet that a lot of business leaders are making is that these are the skills that will always be in demand.
So, okay, we have these two wildly different futures being presented to us. One where humans are basically obsolete, and another where we're just augmented and more capable than ever. It really seems like the key to navigating all this lies in understanding what our role, the human's role, is going to be in this new world.
And here you can just see the two futures side by side, clear as day. On one hand, you have Dr. Yampolskiy's vision where we're to AI what a French bulldog is to us, just completely outmatched, unable to even comprehend what it's doing. And on the other hand, you've got the business view, where we're the ones holding the reins, providing the vision and the leadership that the AI just executes on.
But, and this is a big but, even in that more optimistic business scenario, there are still risks. A huge concern is something one panelist called the teleprompter effect. Think about it. As we start handing over more and more of our thinking to AI, letting it draft our emails, plan our projects, summarize our meetings, we risk our own mental muscles getting weaker. We could become a generation of managers who can't manage, leaders who can't lead, and thinkers who just can't think for themselves anymore.
And that really leaves us with this one final crucial question. Whether AI becomes a superintelligent overlord or an indispensable assistant, the challenge is pretty much the same. The whole goal has to be to use this incredible technology to augment our own capabilities, without diminishing the very human intelligence, the empathy, and the wisdom that, well, that makes us who we are.